Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye up, bye up. In the menudo style in a direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much so appreciative. So gracias. I know I couldn't do this without you. So I've been asked a question over and over and over and over again. And I felt that if for some other reason, which is today is that reason, right? I'm going to let you guys know exactly how I feel about this certain individual, man. And first and foremost, I'll say my respects. Right? I give my respects to everyone at this point because I'm not trying to get into a tit for tat, a war of words, disrespect, beef, none of that shit, man. I know drama sells, but I'm not with the drama. I'm just with the straight ups. Straight up now, tell me. I'm with the straight ups, right? No added preservatives, no sugar coating, just the knowledge you can't get in college. And this is some of that right here. This is some of that street shit. You know, we can be cool or we can get into some gangster shit, right? Well, this is that gangster shit right here. Or actually, this is man shit. This is how I feel. And the question I've been asked several times is, do I fuck with Renegade Media? J-Hands. Do I support his channel? Do I watch him? Am I cool with him? You know, and let me tell you something. I've been doing this now for 4.5 years. And grinding on my own. You know, I don't ask for much from anyone. You know, I make my own thumbnails, do my own edits when I do edit. Most of my videos are just straight up pura. I don't have to edit. But when I do little videos that I have to, then I do it myself. I'm learning as I go. You know, I don't ask anyone for anything, so I don't place blame or push anything on anyone. It's all me. It's all me. And, you know, you got to respect it. Now respect others that are grinding. You know, people always ask me, what do you have to do to maintain a decent channel? And I always say, stay humble, stay real, stay consistent. That's the truth. I don't know anything else to tell you. You know, everyone has their own war stories. Everyone has their own different reasons why they went in and out of the penitentiary. You know, if you're in the prison genre, which I hate being placed in the prison genre, but that's the caja I am in, then it is what it is. I'm going to make the best of it. So, you know, along the time of me making my channel, you know, my channel blew up a little bit. Not crazy. There's people that do way more numbers. I respect it. But at the end of the day, all I could be accountable for and present is myself, my entertainment, my laughs, my fun, my stories, my true stories, right? And then everyone else started to make channels and do their thing, and I respected it. I seen it from a distance. I was like, all right, cool. You know, it's getting crowded in here, but you got to wear the crown. So along the lines about a year and a half ago, 2 years, J-Hands came through, Renegade Media. And I remember when he first got on the scene, he wasn't, his intentions wasn't to make a channel. Kind of like my intentions wasn't to make a YouTube channel. Kind of just falls in the lap, kind of just happens, right? And when he first made his channel, I remember he was getting a good response, good reaction. And I was watching it and he was telling his stories, his prison stories, things that he's been through, places he's been, and I could verify that. I could look and see and say, okay, yeah, this looks like someone who's been around the way, who's been part of that life, was a norteño soldado, you know, did what he said he did. Now, of course, with content creation ideas, you can only tell so many prison stories before you start running out of ideas. You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been in prison, how long you've been down, what your knowledge is, you know, eventually over time, you have to elevate yourself. You have to start doing other things. That's why I do my Super Norteño series and a few different other things. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can't keep telling your stories over and over again. You know, it's just the way it is. People will call you on your bullshit. Hey, bro, you already told that story. Or, hey, you're just putting tapatio on it now. Or you're switching it up. And sometimes some of those stories that we tell lead into other stories. So they will be told a couple different ways, but it just is what it is. You know, you either like it and love it or lamb it. And that's it. Now, J-Hands was telling his stories and I was like, cool. We got a new kid on the block. And I enjoyed his message. You know, his message was positivity, stay away from gangs, all that. I respected it. Now, he got in touch with me. J-Hands did. Renegade Media. And, we started to conversate behind the scenes. We'd converse behind the scenes, and he'd be like, and he was interested in building his channel, growing his channel. So, of course, like I always do, like I've done several times over, and have my hand spitting a gang of times. I'm never going to tell you no. Someone gets at me, they reach out to me. I don't know how he got my number. I don't know if he got it through a mutual friend or whatever, but somehow we came in contact. And he was asking me questions. Hey, bro, how do I monetize this? How do I do that? And I was giving him, the game. And even though the game is to be sold and not to be told, it's not how I get down. It's not all about money all the time. Sometimes it's about helping the raza, helping your people grow, helping those grow around you. No hatred. There's no hate, man. I don't got hate in my DNA. I got push, pull, strive in minds, right? Forever forward. It's the way I was laced up. It's the way I was taught. Whether I'm active or not, I'm still going to live with them philosophies daily. That's how I am the way I am and do what I do, right? So we'd get at each other behind the scenes on the phone, with his lady present. So she was hearing what was happening because she was also helping him, on the computer and things. Because one thing about guys that are ex-convicts, the majority of us, we don't know shit about cell phones. We don't know shit about computers, laptops, none of that shit, man. We're illiterate to that, right? We know about making knives, pruno, spreads, and let's bust the spread, homie. And we know all about that, but we don't know about, this shit that's going on out here. At least a lot of us don't. And I didn't. But what I did know, I would give up, the game. So I taught the homie how to, or didn't say, I can't say I taught him, but I advised him on how to, put commercials into his videos and just little certain things that a lot of people won't tell you. A lot of the game they won't give you because it's a dog-eat-dog world. There's a lot of competition and everybody wants to be the one, right? They just don't want the headaches that the one gets. And I can tell you all about that. So I would give him that game. He would call me, hey, bro, how do you do this? Oh, you do it like that, bro. And he'd tell his lady, and his lady would do it on the computer. And, oh, yeah, I got it. All right, bro. Keep stomping. And you're still toes. Head for the murder show. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, man, like I said, I supported his channel. I was tapped in. I appreciated it. And then the channel started to take a little bit of a dark twist, right? He started to get a little, I guess you would say, dip into some controversial topics. Start talking about some prison organizations and some things that in the beginning, I was guilty of doing the same, but I stepped way far away from that just out of respect, out of knowing what time it is, and, out of safety and security reasons for my family and for my people around me. If you can't make a channel prosper and keep doing your thing without talking about these certain individuals' homes, then you ain't got it. That's how I feel. You ain't got it. If you can't build your own legacy or your own content based off you and these current situations and what's going on, then you ain't got it. If you need to downplay other people's contributions and talk shit about these people, then you're definitely looking for a wet bed to lay in, right? And I don't like to be soggy. So, I remember calling J-Hands and I told him, hey, bro, I'm looking at some of your content and you're speaking on shit that you probably shouldn't, right? And I'm just telling you from experience, homie, that, it gets real tricky. It gets very tricky and you need to respect people. And I know you feel the way you feel. And I'm not telling you don't do this or you can't do that. I'm just advising you, giving you advice, bro, as a friend, as someone that maybe not even a friend, as an associate, because I can't say we were best of friends or nothing like that, but just an associate, like someone that wants to see you come up, bro, not get shot down, right? And he was receptive, like, yeah, I hear you, bro. And I said, yeah, there's things you shouldn't speak on, bro, because not only does it affect your channel, but it starts making people take a look at everyone, and it's just not a good look, bro. There's going to be a lot of people out there that support you, that like your message, that like the entertainment that you bring. But when you start speaking and talking shit basically about these prison organizations, Vatos are going to feel some type of way, man. And you never know. Motherfuckers don't forget the disrespect, period. So you just never know. So your best bet would be, shy away from that and talk about fucking, the bus ride or something. Whatever. Talk about fucking making wet burritos. And for those that are like, oh, you don't know Jay has like that. I've interviewed him on my channel. It was a great interview. We actually he threw out a friendly competition. He made like a wet burrito. That's why I referenced that, right? And I made I think it was tamales or something prison style, right? So we had interaction there, and of course we did talk behind the scenes a few times. So anyways, I gave him that advice. And I kind of pressed off the channel just based on, I don't want to watch those type of things, because I don't want to be a part of that. That's not what I'm pushing. That's not my narrative. I respect each man's get down, but I'm cool. That's not me. So whatever the case may be, months passed by. And based off that content, a lot of people are interested. They don't care about your downfall. They don't care about if you get whacked or your family's in danger. And they don't care about if you have to move here and there. And they don't care about none of that, how tricky it gets. All they care about is you making them laugh or smile or, talking your shit. That's how it is on YouTube. There's a lot of silent people that watch. But remember, you got to remember everyone watches. Law enforcement, fucking these guys that are incarcerated, some of these guys that you're talking about are watching. And if they feel disrespected, they're going to feel disrespected. So you need to understand that. I understand that. I'm a grown man. I've done a lot of time. It just is what it is. But I wasn't watching. Until a few months later, I noticed that Renegade Media started to blow up. And I was happy for him that he was blowing up. But again, I understood he was blowing up based off of the content that he was doing, right? And I was getting all types of trolls and hatred in my lives. And everybody was like, damn, Gun, how does it feel that Renegade Media is passing you up? And I've never been the type to hate. I'm like, good, bro. Do you fuck with him? I said, he's cool. He's a cool young cat, man. Good. Right? Shit, I wish him the best, bro. Hey, whatever helps, I'm not tripping, man. I'm not here. This ain't no fucking rabbit race, bro, or turtle race. I'm just doing me. I'm in my own lane. Gunners Collective TV has always been in its own lane, regardless of what people may think, right? I said, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. The people were trying to make it a beef, right? It wasn't going to happen. Not with me, not on my side. So what had happened was he started to blow up. He blew past me in numbers. Now you got to remember, I had a first channel that got shut down. So I was working on my second and my third channel and shit was going down. What is that, a cucaracha flying around? Shit, I got to step my game up. So anyways, what are your hands? I need to borrow some money, right? So anyways, people are talking their shit and I'm like, whatever, I'm laughing about it, right? No big deal. And then something had happened. I don't know what had happened. It was maybe a year ago, probably a little bit less, that I don't know if it was based off of the content that the Vato dropped or whatever, but he got demonetized. Allegedly, this is what was being said. And immediately all the haters came into my fucking lives. Gunner, you got him demonetized. You hated on him, this and that. Like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? I don't even watch his channel like that anymore because I don't want to hear these legends and these guys being disrespected. Like, this is not my thing. I'm trying to stay as far away from that. So what the fuck you talking about? And, they were going in on me. So I called old boy. I called Renegade Media. Like, hey, bro. Because I didn't know if it was him putting out this propaganda and saying this shit or it was just other people trying to stir the pot. But best believe I'm going to call you, right? I'm going to call you on your shit. So I called him, and I remember distinctly him answering the phone. He's, what's up, bro? I said, hey, what's up? I said, what's what happened? First and foremost, are you good? Before I even get to the bullshit, are you good? Not good in like, oh, you want to see me, but are you good, bro? Are you straight? Do you need anything, He said, no, I'm good. He said, I'm on my way to Cinemills. He was going to do a Cinemills TV thing. He said, you heard of him? I said, yeah, they invited me a long time ago. The way my time works, bro. I just never had the time to pull up on that shit. It just wasn't worth my while, But yeah, I said, I know what you're doing. Do your thing, bro. Your push is immaculate. Keep pushing. Just again, man, some of the shit you talk about, bro, it can get your head cut off. Yeah, right. And I said, hey, bro, what's going on with your channel? And then he started to tell me, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people saying, bro, that I'm involved, that I'm pushing some narrative against you, bro. I don't even talk about you like that. What the fuck is going on here, right? And I could tell he was, and now you got to understand, we hadn't talked for months, right? And there was a little bit of a swag to him now. Yeah, I got this going on with my channel, this going on with my channel. And I didn't know the way the tone in the conversation was. I didn't know if he didn't believe me or if he, whatever. You could tell shit had changed. People changed. The tone had changed, definitely, right? And I just said, hey, I just want to check and see if you're good, bro. You know, and basically, you know, let you know, man, I don't know what the fuck people are talking about, bro. Don't let it get in your head, because we don't need that. You don't need that, and I don't need that. And definitely, bro, there's no reason for us to go back and forth, because people will pump it up. That was that. And we never had them conversations again. He never reached out to me again. I never reached out to him again. And that was that. There was no beef. You know, there's never been no hatred. But I'll be totally honest with you. Sometimes I look back and I think, you know, when there's people that help me, like people that do give me advice, you know, I acknowledge that. You know, I say, look, you know, especially when you know they're going through shit. Because I remember one time he did text me way prior to that. He was like, or he texted me and he asked me how to do an LLC. And then he was like, damn, bro, I see all the trolls going at you. How do you deal with that shit? And I said, I move smooth with a purpose, bro. It is what it is, right? He was like, I couldn't do that shit. And then I started to see the trolls start going in on him. Everyone has their time. It's part of YouTube. It's what fucking happens, right? And I remember texting him and saying, damn, bro, just keep your head up. It ain't nothing, right? Just keep it pushing, man. Fuck what they're talking about. That was that. This was way prior to his channel getting demonetized. Whatever happened. All I know is this. You know, every once in a while I get asked, do I watch him? Is there beef? Am I tripping off him? Is he tripping off me? I don't know what he is, right? I don't know if he's tripping off me or if there's beef or anything like that. I don't know, because I don't have conversations with him anymore like that. I distanced myself. The reason I distanced myself was because of the content that's being put out there. Okay, let's be real here. You guys want some knowledge you can't get in college? If you talk about prison organizations, you know, if you talk about their past, things that have been in the past that are in the history that you can Google, it is what it is. If you're able to take a story from the past and twist it up and tell it in your own way, I'm sure people will appreciate it. There's a lot of these stories of these prison organizations, these prison gangs, these big four that have been told over and over again, but in different variations and different ways, right? And people appreciate the entertainment and the way you tell it. But if you're speaking on current events, shit that just happened the other day, Valto's getting stabbed in LA County Jail and lawyers and this and that and this and that, now you're speaking on their business. And I can't get down with that, man. That's dangerous. That's not healthy, you know, and it's not about being scary and being all that, because the same guys that will sit there and talk about that don't want to show their face. They wear masks. The same guys that talk about shit like that, man, you know, they're way, I mean, I live out of state because I had to get me a job, right? But these motherfuckers are distant, right? They're out of here. They're having to constantly move, keep their shit on swivel. Like, hey, bro, if the shit is unhealthy, don't do it. They told me soda ain't good for diabetes. I stopped drinking it, right? It's what it is, bro. It's, you know, so when I see someone going down that road, I try to tell them, I try to help them, and then I fucking get out the way. So you're going to keep pushing. But I'm going to stay out the way and I'm going to stay away from you, because I don't want your business to become my business. So that's kind of how it is with Jahan's Renegade Media, man. You know, I respect his push and his get down. Is there a beef between me and him? Absolutely not. You know, I don't hate that guy. I don't knock that guy's hustle. None of that. So for the people that try to throw that out there and make it seem that way, you're wrong. You're dead wrong, right? If anything, I want to see him live longevity, man. And I want to see him tell his stories and do his thing, but I want to see him tell his stories. See, there's content creators right now that are in the prison genre that ain't even been to prison. It's crazy, right? There's dudes that'll tell you stories about the 4-yard and the 3-yard, and they've only been on the 1-yard, right? And not to say the 1-yard and the 2-yard ain't rocking. Not to say, I don't know, I've never been there, but not to say that it isn't, because prison is prison, but they're telling stories about places they've never been. You know? It's just laughable, but at the same time, it becomes a redundant theme. This is what's going on nowadays. People will say anything for a little bit of shine. Now, when it comes to Renegade Media, like, he's been in these places, man. He's been locked up. You know, he does his interviews. I'd like to think that a lot of the shit that I was doing, you know, that I broke ground on in this genre, that people do now, like playing music on their lives, like interviewing certain people and doing these things that I did first, right? You know, myself or a Convict's Perspective or Big Boxer from Paradigm Media, a lot of us did this first, right? Broke ground on this shit. And then you got people that come along and they do their thing and they took a page out of my book. The crazy thing is, you take a page out of someone's book and then you come in disrespecting them or talking shit about them. That, well, that ain't right. That ain't right. Right? Come on now. Jehans, I can't say ever disrespected me or ever spoke my name or spoke ill of me. You know, not that I know of. And I'm not going to do that to him now. I'm just going to be real and say what it is. You know, that is the reason why I don't fool with Renegade Media consistently. Because some of the shit that he talks about is dangerous, man. And that's it. To me, that's how I feel. You know, because I'm a content creator. My face is out there. I don't sugarcoat shit. People know who I am, man. I have family I care about, right? So I don't want to get them twisted in a situation based off my big mouth. Do you understand? You know, so when you're out there fucking disrespecting these fucking vatos that are fucking in the mix, you have to understand what you're doing. If you hate them because they whacked you or they removed you off a yard or they ended your career, you know, then that's you. But you can't be disrespecting people and expecting them to fucking forgive and forget, because they don't, bro. Anyone who's been around some heavy hitters and really been around understand that it doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow, it's coming. And that's just what it is. Anyways, with that being said, man, I hope that answered the question. No, I don't hate the vato. I just don't watch his channel consistently because, you know, I like to distance myself, man. You know, they say closed mouths don't get fed, but sometimes open ones get socked in them. Let's just say that. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, to strive. So there you go, toma. It's on your plate now. You guys know what it is. No disrespect, no hatred. You know, just real. The gun. Bang, bang.